Looks like we are live. Huh, cool. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, man, been a while. Uh, yeah, long while. I'm sorry about that. Hey, guys, the very important gamers, um, the VIGs. This is Joe with Mental Vision Games. Just want to give a update on the Mind Shot project, the new project, the new game we've been working on for a long time now. It's been a roller coaster. I don't need to give you guys all the input on the company and everything, but we're still here. We're just trying to make it worth our time and worth yours. So we're not cutting corners. We're trying to do things right. And uh, I remember how frustrating it was when we launched Circus Master's Revenge and all the feedback we got, uh, constructive criticisms and whatnot that made Circus Master better. But you know, I don't. That was a long. That took most of my day answering emails and trying to help individuals understand how to play correctly or trying to fix issues people were having. So some things we fixed right away, and some things we had issues trying to implement, so we weren't able to do it. Like you know, uh, changing the language from English to Italian or German or you know Chinese. So we we were like, wait a minute, we I already paid the guy, the voice actor to do the Circus Master, and I don't know how to speak any of those languages other than uh, Espanol, but I don't speak it fluently. So I know I know how to ask for the baño, you know, but I don't speak it fluently, and so there wasn't really a way for us to change the language unless I paid, another voice actor. But then it would take away from, what Josh Alexander was able to do. So, um, anyways, I just don't want to go through that same headache. So, I'd rather be patient with the new game and try to think ahead, like what you guys would say. When I do the testing and whatever, I try to play it as if I'm playing it for the first time. So, if I run into something, hey, that's not, whatever, or this could use this or something, So um, we did some testing. We did like 2 rounds, and I didn't really get as good of quality of feedback as I thought I would, but we had 2 or 3 good testers that gave pretty good feedback, and then we didn't have a big group like we did with Circus Massive Revenge. So, um, and I can't really consider myself a tester because as the artist kind of person, you know, creates this thing, it's never going to turn out, exactly like you have it in your mind. It's just like if you're doing any kind of artwork, if you're creating a song or music, or even if you're painting something or writing a story, it never turns out the way you have it in your mind, especially when you let somebody else uh, control the canvas and the colors. So, or the words, or, and it's the same thing with programming. Like I try to be as descriptive as possible, even down to the minimum, how many steps to do this, how many footsteps till the avatar reaches this thing, and it doesn't work out that way in the programming part of it. uh, is usually, when you're talking about hallways or something like that, or um, there's small, medium, and large. There's no such thing as how many steps. So I didn't know that. So that's kind of sucky, but I mean, that's just how it is. So you got to be generic with it and as descriptive as possible. And, even then, you're not going to get exactly what you expect it to, do or the way designed it or described it to be. So anyways, Mine Shop project. Yeah, we're almost done, I think. I think we have, I want to give it another run through because there's some things uh, with I guess part of the end, the courses and stuff, the difficult ones, and I know it's not supposed to be easy because if it's a if it's a baby game, then what's the point of playing it? But if it's a challenge and it's at least possible to complete, then it's worth playing. And since this will be my very first game where you have to pay to play, one-time charge, I don't want to make people regret purchasing it. So I want to make it as awesome as I can, and worth your time, worth your money. So it's not it's not a waste of my time. So, anyways, I don't think any game that I ever make will be as good as Circus Master Revenge, because that was something that was missing from our community. And then this new game, Mindshot Project, is MSP is it's a new adventure, but it's leading to something. So it's leading to a bigger project. And it's leading to accessibility in gaming for our community. So, and speaking of our community, change the subject real quick. I was going through the Mental Vision um, Twitter and just to check and see stuff, and I went through my messages and I I saw a message thread I had with Brandon Cole. I'm like, wow, I forgot about like when I very first started on Twitter with Mental Vision. He contacted me and then I contacted him back. We were supposed to do a podcast together, but uh, and it never happened. I got sick one time. I got a sinus infection real bad, and then we never caught back up. So, but I was listening, I was reading, listening to voiceover read the messages back and forth we had, and I was like, wow, I didn't remember all the stuff we talked about. I'm like, wow, that's cool, and he really cared about our community, and it's sad that he's not here anymore. I wish I had a chance just to say thank you to him because even though he gave Mental Vision a hard time, uh, I took it as he was giving Mental Vision and me giving me a hard time, but he was trying to be constructive, and giving me his honest opinion and his feedback to help me not sound so fake, and he wanted me to reach more people, and he thought I could if I sound more genuine, and instead of like a I guess I complained a lot. I didn't realize. I didn't realize in the beginning. Because I grew up just like you guys did on the Apple Disc forums, and when I started the bringing back games like Audio Defense forum, it blew up. It got huge, quick, and it was amazing, and got a lot of good feedback and people hungry, and I thought that was the community growing, and and it got really serious really fast, and it kind of scared me a little bit, I guess, and I started getting defensive, because people were uh, already, you know, already uh, talking stuff, trying to tear it down before it was even launched, and I don't know, and that they kind of people did that to My True Sound when they launched Gold Gun, and I was so angry as a developer watching that happen, and I liked Gold Gun. I thought it was a cool kick-ass game, and they never finished it. So, but now they're not here anymore. They left our community. So I don't know. I'm not going anywhere. I promised even when I was reading the Twitter messages between me and Brandon Cole, I told him I don't plan on going anywhere. I want to stick around and see what happens, with this thing. And if I wasn't planning to hang in hang in there and see where it goes, and I said if it gets hard, it gets hard, but I'm not going to quit just because it gets hard. There's only two ways that I'll quit, and that's if I run out of money, or people stop buying the game or stop playing it. Nobody wants to play. Nobody wants to play blind games anymore, action games. So that's the only way. If they tell me to stop, I'll stop. If I go broke trying to do it, no, I don't have a choice. So, but yeah. So we will have something for you soon. The Mind Shot project. We have Igna. He's working on the trailer right now for Mind Shot, and Abi, my new programmer for Mental Vision. He's uh he's he's doing his best, and he's by himself, and it's a lot of work to code. You know, any it's not a small game by any means. It's I'd say it's bigger. It's bigger than Circus Master Revenge, but it doesn't have as many moving parts, I guess. So it doesn't have as many gears, but it's bigger. So it's a bigger watch, just doesn't have as many gears. And yeah, that'll that'll be as descriptive as I want to be with it, because I don't want to ruin the experience. But this will have more options in the settings menu for different things. So whether it's audio or your device's capabilities, if you want to be more active with the avatar, there's the gyroscope to activate. If you're sitting down, you don't you can turn that off and use the left and right swipe gestures, to turn your avatar left or right, and that so you'll be able to move forward and navigate and go check stuff out. So it's almost an open world scenario, but you'll be restricted to you know an environment per se. So you can't just go and go. But maybe someday we'll have something like that. But I don't know. Right now we're just trying to see how far we can take this thing, and we're still keep it fun and exciting. So. All right. If you look in the description, I put the Mental Vision website, so that'll have updates and things like that for projects that we're working on. Things we've already, well, so far is just a circus master on there, but it introduces the team and that kind of thing. And and then below that is the Mental Vision Games Facebook page. So if you have a Facebook account, I'd go I'd go to Mental Vision and like it, follow. That way, when we have posts about a project or whatever, that you'll be one of the first ones to know. Because I don't get on YouTube as much. It takes way more of my time to do a video, whether it's live or uploading it, than it does just to say something about something on Facebook. So, and I'm not as active on Twitter, X, whatever, as I once was. It's just there's just not enough. Um, you know, I don't know. There's not enough attraction for X with our community. Um, but hopefully someday that'll change. I don't really know. I think Aaron uh, on Facebook with the uh, mobile games for the blind. He's got a big crowd now. The community is way more big, way more expansive than it was just a few years ago. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that our community is growing. I just think there's more interest in gaming than there was a few years ago because people were hungry for it, but nobody was doing it. So and there's still not that many people doing it, but the hunger's growing. So yeah, things are looking good, I guess. And I listened to Jesse Anderson, BGFH. He's still going strong with his channel, but he's going to all the conventions and stuff. So it might be a good idea if you haven't listened to him in a while to go back and review his channel. He keeps us updated on what's going on with with gaming in general. So with Apple and that kind of thing. So all right, well that's all the update I got really, and I hope everybody's doing good and happy hunting. Talk to y'all later. Bye bye.